Got certainly one of the most interesting nights of your promoting career. I'm sure not the most fun, but give us an idea just kind of what the emotion is right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's disappointing. We all came here to see Fedor fight the main event, and through the course of the last couple of days, it, I think Matt told me, he said, "Look, I'm having some, a little bit of pain on my side," and I'm like, "Was it gas? Like I don't, like I don't know what you go to the doctors, and so." It got to the point yesterday after the weigh-ins. He's like, "Hey, I'm still, feeling a little bit of this, and I'm like, "You better go to the doctor, check it out." And so, anyway, he didn't. He said, "I'll be fine. I'll go hit meds." And then this morning, he was in excruciating pain, and so I told those guys, "Hey, get him to the hospital and let's get this checked out." So they took him to the hospital, and by the time they ran all the tests, he was diagnosed with having a kidney stone. So he's in excruciating pain because the stone was trying to pass, and we said, "Look, health and safety first. We know this is a big fight. All the fans are here. I'm sure they're disappointed, but hopefully we'll have some great fights for them tonight. But look, I was excited for the fight myself, but health, like I said, health and safety first, and we're not going to put him and Matt in any kind of situation where he's in harm's way." And we just said the fight's off, and they said, "What about opponents?" I got calls. I got calls from Chell. "Put me in, coach." Right? Tito Ortiz texts me, "Hey, put me in," and I'm like, "We can't just do that. It's not that simple of a process." And then we just ran out of time. Doors opening at 3:00. It was like we had to either decide, like, are we gonna pull it, or are we just gonna continue trying to wait another half hour? It means all the fans had to be standing outside. So we just ran out of time. We said, "Look, we had to just pull it. The fight's off, and we're going to reschedule it. And I'm going to try to work something out the building here to reschedule it and have it here in San Jose sometime in the next couple months." So that's not guaranteed, but I have yet to speak to Kersner about it. But we texted a little bit. He gave me some dates. I still have to get back to Spike TV and see if it works and if it works for Fedor. But Fedor said, "Look, I'm fine. I'll be back. Just give me 60-day notice." We had to just see if Matt is going to be okay to do it, and if not, then we'll find Fedor another opponent.
Ultimately, when you talk about not being able to pull off a replacement, are you talking about commission issues or promotional issues? I mean, when you say you couldn't do it, what was the ultimate roadblock?
Yeah, I mean, it's like for Chael to say he wants to do it. There's so many things to put in there, like like what if we put him in and he has really no time to train? And that, to me, that was one of the big issues of his last fight. And now he's 0-2, and he's going to, it just didn't make sense in that way. And Tito, I was like, "Come on, you're retired." And he's like, I think he was actually half joking when he texted me, but. We had a couple options, but I just felt like by the time we got down to the time where we found out the true diagnosis, and once we found that out, we said we're not going to continue. It's over. It was time to. We had literally like 3 or 4 minutes to, pull the plug or continue trying to find it. And then if we would have continued trying to find it, all the fans would have been here expecting to see Fedor fight. Then you'd have had 12,000 unhappy fans. So we made the decision just to stop it.
So really, you made that call at 3:00?
Yeah, it was right before 3:00. So the thing about all these rumors that are flying around early in the day, that's all BS, because this thing was touch and go, And I was sitting with Fedor, and we were talking, and I said, just hang tight. He was great. He was like, he's a soldier, he's a warrior, and but I feel bad for him too, because the guy's in tip-top shape, ready to go, ready to fight, came here to fight. And there's no fight, so we'll have to reschedule it. But when we reschedule it, I think it'll be something that whether he fights Matt or not, depending on Matt's health, it'll be special, because anytime Fedor fights, it's a big deal.
And when you say doing it here, I guess that would mean adding an event, right, to your already kind of full schedule? Because we were looking at thinking maybe Chicago would make some sense with the big Russian population there, but you feel like you owe it to San Jose, and you're talking about maybe adding a new date?
Yeah, you know what? The reason being is that I asked Fedor, "When do you think you want to fight?" And he said, I go March 31st. He says, I can't do it 31st. He said, because by the time I go home, I'm peaked out right now, and I need a couple of days off, and then it's like I'm going to start training. I have to peak out. It's like his rhythm would be off. So I think that he said the earliest he'd be ready to fight is in May. And so May or June, and those are the times that we'll be looking for him to get back into the cage for Bellator.